Good evening and happy Tuesday.
She working, she on my line. She working at 9 to 5. You can't come over. You can't come over. She working at 9 to 5. Shorty be on.
Always give people a moment or two. And we enjoy this delightful song by Cheese Bankroll, aka Boston Cheese. Because where we from? Boston. We are going to start in 1 minute. I need to get a countdown for it.
She know that we take it there. She know that we getting it. She know that we winning kid. She been around spinning it. She been around bending it. Let's go. Shorty, yeah, that my. Shorty be on it.
I can't twist my whole wrist around like that, so that's not happening. Y'all thought I was gonna do the whole clock. It's not happening. We on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. We on Instagram. Hello, Instagram. And we also gonna be on YouTube. Colby Chandler Mens Room. Comment, like, subscribe. It is a place where men teach men how to be men. This is not one of those red pill, blue pill, whatever pills. We in the Matrix places. We are hard-working men. So, let me start tonight off by saying, first off, because this topic, the first topic we're going to dive into is a little touchy. It's a sensitive topic. So, who knows how deep I'm going to go into it. So, I'm going to start by saying I do not condone violence, any type of violence, especially domestic violence. All right? Because the first question is, should men defend themselves against women? And as you know, this is a place where men teach men how to be men. So you sometimes have men come in and we teach, we listen, we teach each other the right thing. So how do people feel about that? I put it on Facebook and I had, let's say, about 100 comments, about 100 different comments on that one topic, that one question. And you got so many responses that were like, nah, you should just run. No, you should just take it and call the police. No, you should just, this was one of them. It's just a little hit. It's a woman. So if you're a real man, you should be able to take that. Now, knowing women that literally knock men out, like knock men out, one punch KO sleep. I've seen women, I saw this woman knock this dude out and then stomp him while he was unconscious. All right, and he tried to run, but she caught him. So it was mind-boggling. I talked to certain people, I asked them questions. I said, why? And the explanation was like, it was such that it made you think you've never been in any type of physical altercation. You've never seen somebody get poked in the eye. You've never seen somebody get knocked unconscious. You've never seen a woman stab a man. You've never seen a woman shoot a man. And being that I've seen or heard of that, and I've seen a few of those things, but especially heard of that, it makes me think, what type of women am I talking to right now? So, knowing that all women aren't the same, knowing that, some women, when they tag you, it's nothing. But some women, when they tag you, it's something. Now, depending on which women you're dealing with, I believe that's how you should react. Now, if you feel like you're really in danger, I don't think nobody should hit anybody. I think if a small man walked up to a bigger man and hooked off on him, a weak, frail man walked up to another man and hooked off on him, and he swung back, bow, y'all would be like, that dude deserved it. No matter how big or small, no matter how small that guy was in comparison to that larger man, you would be like, he hit you first, you had the right to hit him back. Now, in 2021, with females saying they want to be equal and they want the same opportunities and same rights as a man, it makes me question, why is that different? Especially when you're dealing with women that knock people out. Why is that different? Can somebody let me know? I mean, I was in my comments, and some people explained it, but they were so stuck on, nah, you should run. I've seen people try to run and they get caught. All right? What if you accidentally get poked in the eye? Women got fingernails, long fingernails. Women wear rings. What if you lose that eye because you trying to be that man and run away? What if you get punched in the temple, trip, and bang your face on the curb and die because you was trying to be that man and run away? Now, people bring the police, and you're like, if a woman hits you and you hit her back, you're going to jail. And in most cases, that is the truth. So, fellas, that is something you have to consider in any situation. Whether I get caught or not. Even if I think I'm not going to get caught, if I do get caught, am I willing to deal with the consequences? That's how I feel in any situation. Even if you feel like you're not going to get caught, if you did, could you handle those consequences? And if you can't, then you definitely shouldn't do it. And that goes for anything. Now, some of us men are built differently. We don't care about the consequences. It is what it is. I'm going to do what I do, and it is what it is. Now, I'm not talking about this situation. I'm talking about, in general. And then, but as you get older, you have to think like, if I lose my temper right now, can I afford, or am I willing to give the system years of my life? So that you have to definitely think about if you're in this situation, fellas. If you find yourself in this type of situation, if you find yourself in this situation, that is something you definitely have to think about. And the stuff happens so fast, it's like, how am I going to think about it? How am I going to have the time to think about it? If I'm in that situation, say you're at home with your spouse and she's losing it. Because I've seen some videos, because I actually wanted to look into this before I spoke on it. I said, let me do a little research. Women abusing men. Wow. I saw this one woman, I don't know if she had a bat or a pipe. She bust one dude in the head. Bow, bow. She looked just like a man the way she was doing it. I mean, she was talented with it. Like, she practiced. Like, she went to class. Like, she paid and got a belt. She got a colored belt for this, the way she did it to these men. She said, waka, waka on one. And another dude tried to run. She said, nah, you wait, waka, waka. Didn't let him go nowhere. You seen him fall in the doorway. Then she hit him with two more when he was on the floor. And then walked out like a dude. It was bananas. And that was just one video. I was watching women jump on men's cars and break their windshields and bust out their windows. I was watching them get away with it. I saw a video where the cop just told her to go home. She punched dude square in his mouth. He stumbled back, fell over one of those cement parking joints where you park your car, the yellow cement blocks. He fell over one of them, bounced off the concrete like boom. He didn't split his head open, but he could have. Mind you, he was punched in the mouth first. Cop told her to go home. Told him to man up, told her to go home. He's leaking out his mouth. Now, if he went and flicked her in her eye, he would have went to jail. If he went and flicked her on top of the head, in the back of the head where her bun was, he would have went to jail. But everybody wants to be equal. Y'all want the same rights as us. You want to be... Some of y'all walk around and say, I'm dudes. I'm a man. I'm more of a man than you. Suck my women jump in men's face. Like, what you gonna do? Da, 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 da. If that was a man, as a man, I know that if I jumped in another man's face, like, what's up? Da, 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 da. As a man, he has to hook off on me. I expect him to hook off on me. It is expected. When men are around men, we know that there's a chance of violence. So I'm not going to say watch ourselves, but we respect each other because we know if we disrespect each other, there's a chance of violence. And I'm not even talking about half of the disrespect that we get when certain women jump in our faces. Men know that if I jump in another man's face, there is a chance of violence. So let me pump my brakes. Let me not stress over this little small thing because I'm not ready to fight over it and possibly die over it or possibly kill another man over it. But you see women jump in men's face like they're men, and then when they hit the man and the man pushes her, she falls and trips over something. It's, you shoved her and you're abusive and da-da-da. How does that make sense? Explain it to, how does it make sense? Now, like I said, I do not condone violence. The average woman is weaker than a man. I know that, I see that. But there were a lot of women, especially nowadays, because so many men are feminist, so many men are frail, so many men are weak, that there are women that will just beat you up. And you'll go to run and she'll be like Scorpion. No, she'll be like she'll be like the woman that was in the back of the USPS truck, the post office truck, in the movie with the Wayans brothers, where he tried to get away and she said, "Oh no, nigga, you ain't going nowhere." And he said, "Ah!" And she took it from him. If you know what I'm talking about. She took it from him. It was male grape, all right? It was male grape, and we laughed about it. It was a joke. It was entertaining. I saw Patrice O'Neal on the news. It was an older clip, and this woman was going crazy. She was going crazy. She was saying that comedians. There was a comic that made a joke about grape. All right, there was like they had a podcast or something, and she wanted to cancel them, and she was going bananas. And Patrice O'Neal was on there like, "Man, it's a joke. This is what we do. We joke. Blah blah blah." And she was losing it because the comedians was joking about grape on their podcast. Which, mind you, if you don't want to listen to it, change the station. If it's not for you, change the station. Anyway. Because you're not forced to watch it. I mean, listen to it, because it wasn't even TV. I think it was on YouTube and then a podcast. So, turn it off. I ain't stop being so sensitive. Anyway, in the movie, we all laughed about it. It was hilarious. She turned into a demon, was on put her tongue out and turned to a demon and took Marlon Wayans, just took it from him. You know, little bony Marlon trying to crawl away, and she said, "Oh no, nigga, you ain't going nowhere." And pulled him, and we laughed about it. It was hilarious. But let that have been a female. Think about the jail. Think about Oz. In Oz, we were watching men get raped, and we was like, "Oh man, yeah, that's messed up. He must be a sucker." When it happens to a man, we automatically assume that he's a Mitch. He's automatically a Mitch. So the roles, it's like everybody wants to be equal. Everybody wants to be treated the same. But it is not the same. There are so many differences. But at the same time, we are all human and we are all capable of physical harm. So again, I ask, why is it okay? Why do you feel it's okay for a woman to hit a man and he's supposed to run away? He's supposed to take it. He's supposed to possibly lose an eye, possibly get knocked out, possibly trip and bust his head open in order to stay a man. Makes sense. Makes sense, Swedish tea. Now, I like really be thinking about this. Because so many people were upset that I would even ask the question. I asked the question and it was like I was a female abuser. Women were like, I'm going to tell women to stay away from you because, what she said? The question you asked, I'm going to tell women to stay away from you because of the question you asked or something like that. Like, I literally just asked the question. Is it okay for a man to defend himself, to hit a woman back if she hits him? I didn't say anything about relationships. I didn't say anything about domestic. I didn't say a small woman and a big man. I didn't say it could have been a 5'5", 120-pound man and a 6 foot tall, 220-pound woman I was talking about. But just because I said a man and a woman, you automatically assume the man's stronger. He's bigger. He can just beat her into the ground. You automatically assume that, right? But some of the women that are watching this, some of y'all know y'all can beat dudes up. Some of y'all know y'all beat y'all boyfriend up. Some of y'all know y'all beat y'all ex-boyfriend up. You beat your brothers up. Some of y'all know y'all beat men up. And you know you're good at it. And you know you do it because you're going to get away with it. You know you hit most of these dudes because you know you're going to get away. You be like, I wish you would hit me. I wish you would hit me. I'll send you to jail. I'll call my brother. I'll call my daddy. Am I right or am I right? I am right. I was asking myself. That's why I say, am I right or am I right? When I know I'm right, I say, am I right or am I right? Because there is no wrong. I am not wrong. All right? Some of y'all, and I talk to some of y'all, I know some of y'all knockout artists. I know some of you women that beat dudes up. I used to laugh with y'all about it. So the question remains, is it okay? Not okay, let me change that. Should a man be able to defend himself from a female and still be called a man? With everything I just told you, with all the stuff I just went over, with all the stuff that I just went over, what do you think? And again, this is Men's Room, the place where men teach men how to be men. Listen, again, fellas, I do not condone violence at all. But I am a man and I was raised, and even my mother told me this. Defend yourself. I don't care who hit you. Whoever hit you, defend yourself. Don't let nobody hurt you. And I don't mean little BS, whatever. Calm down. Calm down. You know, you can hug your girl and just hold her arms and be like, stop. 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 And I'm probably just talking about the feminine girls that I know because I don't be dealing with the girl dudes. And I don't mean the ones, the females that like females. I don't care about that. I'm talking about the girl dudes that might want to beat me up. Those are the ones I'm talking about. You can't just hug those ones. You can't be like, just chill. They be like, get off me, bro. Get off me, bro. Ready to get it popping. Like I said, I done seen women knock men out, and I saw that woman knock that man out and stomp. I got women in my family that'll knock a man out. I remember I was talking trash to my Aunt Anna, and she put her foot up so fast as if she was gonna kick me. Her foot said, right there. I ain't even expect that, but that's probably what she do to dudes. What you say to me? Foot right in the chin. Pow, knock you out. My Aunt Macy, knock you out. My mama, military, knock you out. My woman, small, knock you out. But she's not one of them dudes. You know, she just been with me forever and around me. So she can fight her and my daughter and my son. They can fight a little bit. 'Cause, you know. But like, I'm trying to just say, it depends the situation. Like I said in the beginning, it depends the person. It depends the woman. You don't slap the little weak woman. You just hug those ones. But when one's trying to knock your head off, and I mean she can knock your head off, and you know the difference. You know the difference. There's some women you would not want to be locked in a bathroom with and scrapping because it might be a tough scrape. And some of the men don't know women like this, so you like, yeah, all right, I'll smash any women. I used to be in the gym with women that was lifting as much as me, coming in benching 225. Yes, I've seen a woman bench 225, squatting 4 and some change. So it makes you think. It makes you think, is every situation the same? Because I just asked a simple question and everybody just jumped to assumptions. I have people talking about relationships. If a man and they start talking about their parents, my daddy used to hit my mama and or if my dad hit my mom, then or and I would just respond like, why? People would say, nah, if he's a real man, he would walk away, and I would respond, why? Question mark. Oh my God, they went bananas. I'm mad. And this is how I ended up being a woman abuser who women were gonna warn me about. Because I said, why? Why? Question mark. I'm a demon. Oh my God. Oh man, it was wild. It was very entertaining. It was very, very entertaining. I had some men tapping and some I had a lot of females actually say, nah, if I hit you hard, I expect to hit back. If I get in a man's face, I'm ready to fight and I expect that man to fight. Like some women were like, nah, you hit a dude, it is, you know what I'm saying? Some women were like, you shouldn't be hitting men. You shouldn't get in men's faces. But then you had a whole lot like, men are stronger than women. Men are bigger than women. And this one woman was going in on me talking about, you just take that little hit and walk away. Because you're not a real man if you don't do that. You know, it's just a little hit. Maybe from you. Maybe it's a little hit from you. But I've been punched by a woman before. Right her. Alright? And it hurt. It hurt. She cold, cocked, hooked me in the chin. I didn't expect it. It was quick because it's short. Pow! Oh, no. Oh, come here. Give me, no, hug. No. Whoa. Shake it off. Whoa. Alright? Shake, whoa. And y'all talking about run. Where you gonna run to in the house? You in the room, she by the door. Because you know when you try to leave, sometimes, because I wasn't going to say y'all, all y'all, because I know how y'all get. I'm not trying to put y'all in a box, ladies. I'm not trying to group all y'all together. But you know how people get mad. And then when you want to leave, certain people stand in front of the door and they don't want to let you go. Now, if I remove you from in front of the door, that makes me abusive. If I stay there, you're in my face hitting me. But if I move you, move out of my... Move, I ain't grabbing her throat. I just want you to see, it's like shoulders. Move around, fall on the floor. You hit me. Next thing you know, I'm going to jail. Because I just wanted to leave the room. And fellas, if you've been in relationships, multiple relationships, who've dealt with a lot of women in life, then you have dealt with this and you understand what I'm talking about when you have tried to leave a room and you were not allowed to leave that room, and the frustration because you are not I ain't gonna say weak ass man. You were strong. You were prideful. You were strong in your convictions. You felt you were correct in this situation. So you weren't backing down, but you needed to leave because you were furious. You were fuming. You said, if I don't get out of this, this is gonna be a problem. I need to walk away. Allow me to walk outside and breathe some air so I can calm down. And then when you're not allowed, when they're standing in front of the door, if you grab her and move her, you are abusive. Now, if she punches you in the face and rips your clothes and everything, and then you move her, you're abusive. So how do we win? What is the right answer? What is the right answer to this question? Some people are going to say the right answer is just to not hit women. But after listening to everything I just said, do you really still feel that way? That's the question I really want to answer to that. After hearing everything I just said, the different scenarios I just said, do you believe that as a blanket statement, you should not hit women? I don't mean first, I mean in self-defense. You should not defend yourself against women. As a blanket statement, do you believe that? Because that's what I was getting on my comments. That's what I was getting on my timeline. As a blanket statement, I got a bunch of, if you hit a woman, you are not a man. Even if she's hitting you, you are not a man. If you defend yourself, you are not a man. You are a little boy. You are a coward. You are weak. You are not a man. Now again, and I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna stop this topic. I'm gonna end this topic because we're gonna move to the next one in a moment. But as a blanket statement, you cannot say men should not hit women when defending themselves. As a blanket statement with everything I just said, knowing that women knock men out, knowing that there's some heavy hitters, knowing that, you know, there's a few women that'll give you the business out there. Knowing these things, can you still say as a blanket statement that men should not defend themselves against women? Men should run. Do you still feel that as a blanket statement? Anyone? That's what I was saying. Don't put yourself in that situation, but sometimes you end up in that situation. You ever just be at home chilling, minding your business. You know, you might be smoking something. You watching a movie, eating some chips, drinking some soda, maybe a beer or two. You know, you're just having a good day. And the door closed and she walks in and you look up and you can just feel that energy and you're like, damn, I was having a great day. She's about to mess it up. And then she unleashes the wrath of angry woman on you and you don't even know what the hell you did wrong. And you're like, and she's like, you cheated on me. You cheated on me. I saw you with her. And you like, when? What are you talking about? She's gonna say, I went through your phone and I saw the videos, so I followed. You said you was going to work and I followed you and you went and seen that chick. I know you did. You said, baby, what are you talking about? I've been home all day. She said, last night in my dream, you was that in my dream last night. What? And now you like, get out of my face with that dumb stuff. But she's serious. She's mad. She's pissed off because in her mind, she already really thinks your ass is cheating. And that dream is woman's intuition. And she's right. Even though your ass ain't cheating. Your ass been faithful. You ain't cheating, but she's right. Why? Because she's a woman and it's woman's intuition. So, you want to leave. I don't want to deal with this right now. Get out of my face. And she's like, you ain't going nowhere. Let me smell your drawers. And let me see your phone. And you're like, yo, I'm not dealing with this. Leave me alone. So you try to walk out the door, but she's standing in front of the door, and you like, get out of my way. And she's like, nigga, nah. She's poking you in your head, and you like, oh my God, I swear to God, if you was a man, I would knock your head off right now. And she's just pushing those buttons, and she's poking you and mushing your forehead. And then you say, and you grab her arms, and you say, get out of my way. And you move her, and then she hooks off on you. And then you naturally go, what the? And you go to block the next one, but you hit her, and it slips, and you hit her face. You're abusive now, and you going to jail. So, like I said, sometimes you don't put yourself in those situations, brother. Sometimes you end up in those situations, brother. Okay? Sometimes, not exactly, not the mush. That's what I'm saying. You get the mush, and you done lost it now. Because she done disrespected. And you know how you get down. You a stepper, alright? You grow up really giving it to people, alright? Like, for real, because you... And she done dreamt that you was smashing somebody else. You was smashing her friend. She went through your phone, you know what I'm saying, her dream, and then followed you when you said you was going to work, but you ain't go to work. You went to Teresa's house, and then you was smashing Teresa. And she's furious because it's woman's intuition. In the back of her mind, she knew that your ass was cheating. So you ain't put yourself in that situation. Like I said, you was at home watching television, smoking something, maybe drinking a beer, maybe drinking a juice, maybe eating some chips, doing nothing, minding your business. Now, you did not put yourself in that situation. That situation came to you. Now, how do you get out that situation, fellas? They said run. But you know she gonna catch you. As soon as you go to unlock the door, she gonna be like, no, nigga, you ain't going nowhere. And you gonna be... I feel bad for the dudes that be going through this, yo, because this is a crazy story. And she grab you like this, and you like, no, and she pull you back in. And now, she whooping your ass. Then you go to run again. No! And you trying to defend yourself. You and you accidentally... slap her like, you going to jail. Did you put yourself in that situation? Or did that situation come to you? When you sitting in your car, out front of the Budman's house, right? You sitting in your car, you chilling, sitting in the car, listening to music. Then this car come in front of you, cut you off, block you in. She jump out. You in front of this chick's house. I knew it. And you like, oh my God, I was trying to get some runs because I was tired of this gelato. And she done blocked you. Now you can't pull off. You locked your doors. She outside banging on them. She pick up a brick. She bust your window. You lose your shit. She trying to kill you with a brick. You defending yourself. You knock her head off. Because you're not trying to die. And they're going to say, you should have grabbed her. You should have held her. I was going to say hug and hold at the same time. You should have restrained her. You wasn't there. You ain't know what the hell was going on. She had a dream that I was smashing somebody else. And now the crazy woman is making my life hell. And I called the police, but they told me to man up, and they laughed because a bunch of men came and they seen this little 5'2" woman and seen my almost 6' ass and said, and she's sitting there like, officer, I didn't do any. Look at me and look at him. It's him. He's always so mad. She puts it on you. They say, man up and take your ass somewhere else. As soon as they leave, the demon comes, she comes back, and then she ready to kill your ass. And now you done called the police, so everybody making fun of you. Your boys is clowning you. The girls is clowning you. The neighbors is clowning you. Everybody clowning you because you done called the police on your little 5'2" girlfriend. But on the low, she's a psycho who runs in and tries to take your ass out because she had a dream that you was having sex with Teresa. I think I'm about to add Jay. I was going in. I was going in. I said, I'm gonna have to calm down because I was going in.
That damn Teresa. She,
You made it.
that Teresa ruins it for all of us.
She sure does, man. She sure does. You done had a dream like that? You had a woman that had a dream like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, a few times. That's why I stopped dating Puerto Rican women.
Almost got cut.
No, I did get cut.
You hear that? He said he did get cut. You see what I'm saying? That's why I try to hit him with so many situations. And then they try to say that us as men.
Waking up to getting cut because of a dream.
You hear that? Now, did he put himself in that situation?
Yeah,
Or did that situation find...
It was, let women tell you, it's my fault. I should have, I was told I should have consoled her better from her dream in the 5 seconds that I had before I got cut. It's my fault.
You should have... It was on you. It was your fault you got cut.
If I was a real man who understood how to check my woman, if I was really, you know, a real man, I should have been able to wake up from a Yale and look at this long-haired, beautiful woman with fire in her eyes and a knife yelling about me about I slept with somebody in her dream. And I was supposed to say, how could that happen when clearly all I want to be is around you? That's what I was supposed to say instead of me saying, huh? Huh, get you cut.
Huh, get you cut. She said, when I have a dream and I come in and I wake you up, you better be on your toes and ready to console me. And if not, it is on you as a man, because you are not a man.
If you're a real man, you are ready. Your compliments are you are ready at all times to calm your woman.
Your clip is loaded.
Loaded.
It's like you done prepared for this situation. One day I'm gonna have a woman dream this.
My whole life I prepared for this moment. Yes. That's how you're supposed to be for women.
So guys, I just made my story up, but I have been through something like that. I didn't get assaulted or anything. So I added a little stuff to my story, but this is not a rare thing. This is a real thing.
Oh,
all right.
It's a reoccurring episode in the hood. The fact that women destroy property when they're upset, it's illegal, and it happened. No problem. I watched a video the other day. A dude literally almost got murdered. Like, she had the car and she was messing her. She came back around the block, came back, and then tried to ram him into his car. He just happened to randomly move out the way. And then everyone's just like, ah, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, yo, she tried to. He would have lost, at the bare minimum, he would have lost his leg. Why is everyone laughing?
Yeah. Was that the video where he was in his house recording her messing up the car and then he came? I saw that. That was bananas.
Did you see how close that was from him getting hit?
That was bananas.
And it's not on the news?
Nope.
Like, bro, you can't, retire from life. You cheated death. I wouldn't come outside no more. Like, that's, okay.
Now, if there's a video, you see a video of a man just pushing a woman off of him, and he's not a man. They don't find that funny. Yeah, he gets fired. He loses his credibility. He gets attacked everywhere he goes for being that man.
Yeah, I was talking in the group, and there was a conversation because there was black women were saying about, you know, black men protecting black women, and I was like, okay, I get it. I understand your concept. I get it. And I was like, have you ever in life seen a black woman yelling or hitting a black man, and the group of black women come to his defense? Have you ever seen a situation where a black woman is escalating the situation with her man, and the women calm that woman down to protect the black man. She's yelling at him and his kids are there. And some woman maybe just comes and says, sister, can you? No. You'll always see women in the background, instigating it. And men now too, because men have female tendencies. So now in conflict, you have so many people around that conflict escalating it. Black men don't get protected, and black women do not want to have this conversation. But if they talk about Karens, black women do more Karen shit than white women. As far as calling the police for no reason, calling the police for the wrong reason, lying, doing all. If you don't listen, I'll call the or if I don't call the police, I'm gonna call my thugs. Black women do more Karen energy than white women do.
But not in the same manner though. Not in
which one's more dangerous?
It's more like they man, not a random man.
No, I've seen random black women accost black men and then threaten to call the police. I've seen that.
Okay, yes, okay, and that, yes, okay, I have seen that.
That's what I mean.
I thought you meant like a bunch of brothers hanging out having a cookout on the corner, and they're I'm gonna call the police.
I mean, as far as Karen energy, like they're very quick, as much as a white woman is very quick to call the police or threaten the police on a black man. Black women will also do that, or also use her connections in the hood. So she has like double police. Because I've seen many times.
Because I done got phone calls.
Oh yeah, I'll have somebody fuck you up. Like now I got to walk around the hood, like who does this chick even know?
And worry about somebody you don't know popping up on you and knocking you out of nowhere.
Absolutely, because they want to be with her, or it's a hood thing that happens all the time. And she'll get some young boy to do it.
Yeah, but how do you think we get so easily manipulated? Like, if we're having these issues with our sisters so much, how are we getting so easily manipulated to put ourselves at risk, knowing that 9 times out of 10, it wasn't even a brother's fault?
Because
I'm not gonna say 9 times out of 10. Shoot,
no, stick with it. 9, yeah, let's do it. We got 9 times out of 10. Who cares, right? All right.
Stand tall on it.
I think it's just part of the code that we're taught at an early age. It's real. I don't think we really realize how brainwashed we are with the toxicity and that we're used to it. I always say, like, it's really good to take like 3 or 4 months out of the year not smoking, because then you kind of get clear-headed and you kind of see the situation you're in. And I think that if all black people, let's just say they did an experiment for 4 months, if there was just no alcohol and no weed, completely.
Oh no, your brain.
Right, and then people, we would look at our situations like, yo, this sucks. Like, oh my, why am I here? Why am I in this environment? Why? And I think the weed kind of keeps us in a horrible, because the hood is horrible. It really is. And it's not like the 90s where the hood was like one spot. Now the hood is really our culture. Like, no matter what, dealing with you as a black man, I can have a hood incident happen. I can, now anywhere that I go with black people, a hood incident can happen. Where in the 90s, the hood was one spot. And then there's black, you know what I mean?
Once you crossed a certain street, you was in a different type of neighborhood.
There's a different attitude that and you just knew. Yeah. Now that hood attitude is legitimately our culture. My uncle always said, you're 4 steps away from.
Do you think that hood attitude?
Yeah.
Do you think that hood attitude is moving over to the women? I'm not gonna say the hood, because does the hood mentality come with the masculinity that's making the women act so aggressive towards men, but still wanting men to act like men and not fight back?
Absolutely. Because why would they not want that? You get to hit and not get hit back. You get to yell and be heard and then not have to listen to the rebuttals. Like, why would you, unless you really want growth? And they don't. Black women and black men, a lot of times, because a lot of us have learned this feminine energy, a lot of times we just want to be heard and have our mic drop moment, you know, and then walk off.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see so many
Yeah.
times in, like, even in Facebook, like, people will have their comment. It's all like a mic drop. And it's like, where's the question? Where's the follow-up? Where's the conversation? Everyone's just saying they're a joke or they're a one-liner, and it's not real dialogue.
Yeah, they want to get their point across, and that's that. Like, it's my page, so I'm gonna say what I say, and I don't care. So I'm gonna turn my comments off and then block you.
You know, you've been through this before, yeah.
Yeah. So, but what do you think men should do when they're in these type of situations? Like, they say we should run or call the police, but what do you think is the best thing to do when you find yourself in a situation where a woman is attacking?
The ideal thing to do would be if you have a circle of women who are your friends, I think the only thing you can do is have them check her. Like, if you have,
And you mean like a conversation or like?
oh no. Like, if I got female cousins, like, if I'm with a woman and she's hit me, am I still trying to be with her or no? That's the first question. If the answer is yes, like we have kids and like she crossed the line, but I should be able to speak to the women in her family or my women in my family and say, you need to have a conversation with that woman who I have started my family with, if you love me as your cousin, and either kick her or put her in her place so this doesn't happen again. But that doesn't happen. Women will not check other women on your behalf, even if it's your family. The sisterhood code, but that's the only thing that would actually work, is other women holding that woman accountable. And it'd be the same thing if I hit my woman, then it should be her saying, oh, he hit me. I'm going to my uncles and my cousins, and now you all need to have a conversation with that man. They don't need to kill me, but they definitely going to have a conversation with some hands, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. Or if I do, then they'll let me know, yo, you're going to die. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Call, if she's putting her hands on you, call us as the family, because we're a unit. But Black families aren't a unit anymore.
But in that situation, see, this is, if you have the time to go talk to the family members and stuff, that means the situation has stopped. She's done hitting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in that moment,
yeah,
you know, some men say, nah, if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. Some men say I'm gonna run. Some men,
you have to. I say run aggressively, like run with purpose. You have to run and like with your elbows.
Like, oh my F's and higher learning.
I'm out this house right now. Like, and you're saying how they can come back and no, like you have to. I'll throw a rock at the window. Like, I will be crazy to get out of this situation that you're trying to put me in, because you know what happens. Yeah. I always say you have to get crazier than the woman sometimes. Like, if she's really trying to, then and then what? Good. That's your, now run. Like, whatever you gotta do to get out the situation.
Like the police, like she the police, and you just did something real dirty, and you gotta take flight. So your advice, because like I said, this is men's room, so we teach men how to be men. We want to give the right advice. Your advice is to take flight and get away from the situation.
First, that's the very first thing you have to do, is get out of the situation. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's your house. I don't care if you're paying rent. Wherever the incident is happening, you need to remove yourself from that incident and then try to fix it. You can. It's very rare to fix something in the shit.
Yeah, because when everybody's angry in the heat of the moment, y'all aren't going to be talking right. You're not going to have a level head. You're going to be in your emotions.
You've never seen an argument where people are arguing, especially with men and women, and you say the right thing, and then you're like, oh, I didn't think of it like that. You know what? I'm sorry. My bad. Like, that never happens. But everyone's trying to get that point across to get that result, and it's not going to happen. and everyone's trying to
you just
argue
get
back and
louder and
forth.
louder and louder.
No, just get out.
So the advice is get out the situation, and then deal with it. Because sometimes we'll just get out of the situation and think it's over, or not necessarily over. We'll calm down and go back to the situation.
And women don't want you to leave because they're always afraid of forgetting their thoughts or forgetting their points. So that's the only reason why women don't want you to leave, is because they're afraid of forgetting what to say.
Is that why they stand in front of the door and be like, you can't leave?
Yeah, because they're not done talking. And we're done listening. And then that's where the fight happens. I tell women all the time, like, once the man really tries to tell you, like, yo, I'm not hearing you anymore, like, yo, I'm done listening, you have to stop the conversation.
So, okay, yeah, you have to stay. But do you think that's just a female trait? Because sometimes when women are done talking, they don't want to listen. Like men be like, listen to me, I need you to listen to her, and they be done listening.
If men do that, that's usually a female trait, unless, you know, that old school grandpa energy where it's like, it's gotten to a point, it's like, now you're going to listen. But he doesn't really yell it. You know what I mean? Like, yelling is a female trait. I think it really is. The whole, even me and you, let's say we're friends and we're kicking it and we have an argument. After, I'd say, the first and second and third rebuttal, either me and you need to say, okay, let's put some gloves on, because clearly I'm not, and we box it out, winner buys a beer, and then it's all gravy. But for us to be
with men, there's always a chance of violence.
And getting louder and trying, that's when the energy turns feminine. And you've seen men have those kind of arguments. And it's, look, I don't agree with what you said.
Nah, I can't.
Or I feel disrespected by what you said about me. Hey, let's scrap it out. No gunplay. I don't have to kill. Let's scrap. But they don't do that anymore. But yeah, you can do that with men. You can't do that with women.
Yeah, I can't imagine yelling at a man, like back and forth with a man. Like, I've yelled back and forth with women. But I can't imagine.
But men do that all the time now. Come on.
Nah. I'm ready to. Nah.
Come on. Not, young black men are so. I see black men arguing with other black men so much it's ridiculous. They sound like women. I bartend, so I see black people drunk. So all my life.
But I swear it's like, what you say to me? Nah, bro, what you said, and then we fighting. It's none of that back and forth.
That's what it's supposed to be, but I see now way more back and forth until guns get involved. Like, there's always, I hate seeing two men arguing. Like, either fight or don't.
Yeah, but they be rubbing chests and stuff with each other for 3 minutes in circles and dancing.
Everyone got to hold each other back, and that's women energy, isn't it?
I completely forgot about that because I haven't seen that since I was a teenager.
Oh man, I see that.
So I completely, because as a grown man, I can't imagine sitting there going back and forth with another.
When's the last time you went to a club, or when's the last time you went to like a club or a party? It's been a while then, huh?
Like a decade.
When's the last time you've been around a group of drunk black people?
Oh shit! Probably a couple months ago.
Okay, I always try to. I think people forget, because when you've worked in the service industry or entertainment, and if you've seen black people in their true element, which is when they're partying and trying to get laid, like that's when people are themselves.
Yeah, that's when you understand what they really about. Like,
right.
I see
what a man spends his money on is what he really wants. Like, people will say what they are, but you can find out from a woman who she is by what she's seduced by, and you can tell who a man is by what he uses to try to seduce. And so you see that in entertainment and restaurants, and if you're bartending, so you see black people at their truest form. And honestly, we are horn dogs, men and women, we all want to just be getting it in, but we all have this a lot of us have this strange moral code that we try to uphold that makes us have the conflicts. We are the most unchristian Christian, like most Christianist unchristian people in the world. Like, I'm
You
native.
saw the woman with the poster? She had the poster that said WWJD, you know, what would Jesus do? And then it said Christians for trans rights or something like that.
Probably. Because, you know,
And
that makes sense.
and then the Pope said homosexuality is no longer a sin.
It
Yeah,
better not be.
yeah, we
Because
are the
all it
most
is, people will go to
unchristian
hell.
Christians. We are the most unchristian Christians at this moment.
Because we follow. I've learned this as I left America. Black people hold on to Christianity way harder than white people do. White people kind of have it, but they kind of like they do their own thing. Especially here in Germany, it's a very atheist. It's a very atheist country in a way. Like, people are very about science and everything. They don't really do about religion, but they still celebrate all the religious holidays because, you know, they're holidays. But they don't really have a Christianity code that they hold so dear. I've learned that, and when I'm with other white people in Europe, everyone's just kind of, oh yeah, Christianity. But black people in Africa hold on to Christianity like crazy. People in Brazil,
some of the super
hold
churches
on to Christianity like crazy. Like, and I'm starting to realize, like, it's always the poorest of the world that hold on to religion so hardly, so tight, and the religious judge people more than anyone else. Once you get out of America, man, you'll see that, and once you kind of get out of that religious bubble, you'll see that people are really just. It's not like the Joker. They will eat each other, you know, but they really will.
Yeah, people nowadays, especially now, they're wild. But yeah, we definitely got off topic. So and tonight we are not going to discuss bonnets and do-rags. We're going to do that next week. I did not expect to be talking about this for an hour, but
Talking about Teresa.
I appreciate you coming on, bro. Like you said, fellas, I guess the right answer is to run away.
That's
run away, like the police are chasing you, and you about to get a life sentence.
Because no, the outcome of not doing it is always worse. The outcome
it's the police chasing you, and you end up in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely hear you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna talk to you in a little bit.
All right, be easy, man.
All right. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Check it out. So next week we're gonna talk about bonnets and do-rag, and I'll push the conversation that I was gonna have next week until the week after. So that gives you a week to think about what you're gonna say, your comments, your suggestions, how you not just suggestions, how you really feel about this situation. Is it okay to wear do-rags and bonnets in public? Not okay, but is it civilized, as I like to say? You're not being civilized, as I like to say. Oh, the look good, smell good, feel good shirts are on deck. Yes, look good, smell good, feel good. Because you look good and you smell good. How do you feel? You feel good. Yes, the new breakout shirts are red, so I'm going to shamelessly promote it. Look good, smell good, feel good. Hop on these. Send me a DM, and I will get it to you. So next week, at our regularly scheduled time, 11 p.m., Colby Chandler Mens Room, IG Live at Mr. Breakout, Facebook Live on the Colby Mr. Breakout page. This will also be on YouTube. So you can, if you come on as a guest, you can see yourself on YouTube. You can tell your friends about it. You can share the video and stuff. It'll be on YouTube at Colby Chandler Mens Room. I'll see y'all next week, Tuesday, 11 p.m. on Men's Room, and we out. Oh, we're gonna end it. This time I'm gonna end it tonight. She working at 9 to 5. Oh, my.